family
The
now.
headline act of the weekend, though, is here in the studio, Robbo. For whatever else happens this weekend, it is momentous for the reaching of 400 games by Brent Harvey.
Harvey and Yetch, the old and the new. Yetch tries to track him down. Oh, he speeds away from the young kid, bounces inside 50 and says that's how it's done. How big that? Don't you want to be me?
We're on the verge of a momentous milestone.
Boom's been an icon of our football club for a long time, and alongside Wade and Carey, Glenn Archer and these sort of guys, he's a revered figure.
It's just a real unbelievable player to play with, and I think the guys that get to play with him, especially the younger ones, will realise how special it is.
Unbelievable effort. It's not until you sort of sit back and go, 400 games. It's quite incredible.
Oh, he kept it in. He's kept it in. That was clever. And he's picked it up. And he's given it over to Thompson. Great work from Harvey. Oh. He ends up getting it done. Sensational goal, Harvey.
Unbelievable effort, little champ, 400 games, true legend of the game, North Melbourne legend, and an absolute pleasure to coach.
Finals football, the friendships out of it, and just doing the best thing in the world, I reckon, for 20 years has been pretty pleasing.
Happy 400th, Boomer. Well done, thoroughly deserve getting to that milestone. You're an absolute champion, and here's to another 100.
And in Boomer's honour, the memorabilia has been struck, and Canterbury have made sure we've got one of those here. 129 of these have been produced. The 400 Club's got quite the ring to it. Brent Harvey, welcome.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Does it feel real?
It didn't on Monday, and then Heath and the football club organised Tucky, KB and Fletch, obviously, to come down for a photo shoot. And when I was sitting there next to them, it was pinch yourself, this is real now. And obviously, you still got to get through a couple of training sessions and things like that. But that's when I really start thinking, this is happening. And got a little bit more excited about the whole thing on Tuesday.
It's quite the company to be in. It was a thrilling photo to see, and we spoke about that during the week.
Yeah.
Bit surreal?
Yeah, it is. It is. And I still haven't played it. And I guess it'll probably sink in when I jump on the plane tomorrow with the family, run out in the ground with the kids. And that's when it's going to feel like, this is real. And I guess at the end of the day, it is another game that we just need to win, and I'll be happy if we could put my arms around my teammates at the end of the night and sing the song. That's the most important thing, and then go forward from there.
That's rubbish. As long as you play well.
If I play well and we lose, I'll be happy.
No, don't worry about that.
There's absolutely no hope of that happening.
You're a kid at heart, aren't you? And to be with KB and Tucky, you would have been like the rest of us. Who are these mythical people?
Oh, I didn't know too much about. When I say I know him in football, so I knew a lot about Tucky, but I'd never met him before. KB, obviously, you come across at the football and the radio, and Fletch, I've had a fair bit to do with him in the international rules and things like that, and played against him a fair bit. So it was good. It was good to sit next to those guys. And like I said, I think today I read somewhere there was 12,300 footballers ever to play our game, and to be only 3 other guys play 400 games, I guess you'd sit back and it's special. It is, and I'll reflect more at the end of my career on this than I am right now.
Have you enjoyed most of the week?
I've enjoyed all of the week, Robbo.
Did you enjoy the coach talking about you this week on the week that mostly everyone else is celebrating and talking about the milestone?
I guess Brad's in a no-win situation. He goes to a press conference and they ask him a question and he needs to answer it. If he doesn't answer it, he probably gets the whack over the head anyway. So
you reckon?
I think he does. If he doesn't answer the question, they're going to want to know the answer.
So not this week. This is Boomer's week. We'll talk about that another time.
Yeah, I think that's pretty hard to do at a presser, though.
You're great mates with David King.
Yeah, I am.
I know you are. You would have heard Kingy last night, or you would have heard what he said. What did you think about that?
It's good to know people stick up for you and things like that. But again, football's a huge industry, and Kingy's got his opinion, Brad's got his opinion, Jared's got his. Everyone's got their own opinions. I've got my own opinion as well. So I mean, that's good to have people by your side. But at the end of the day, it will all pan out the way it should.
I don't think in all the time you've played footy, Boomer, you've ever upset anyone off the field, ever.
Maybe a couple.
Who?
Oh, maybe Ryan Crowley.
No. The time I count that as on the field.
Oh, okay.
But you're really measured. You deliver your thoughts. You're really honest. I can't say the same about on the field though, and take that respectfully.
Yeah.
You're a superstar player, but geez, you can get some fans and opposition players upset with you.
And I think that's a good thing. I think I grew up, it's probably my dad's fault and probably Wayne Carey, Anthony Stevens, Glenn Archer's fault. I got brought up to win, and that's just the competitiveness in me, and I'm not ashamed of that, and I'm first to say that I'm a sore loser. My brother's a sore loser. I think it runs in the family, and my dad's probably the worst loser I've ever seen in my whole life. And then you get taken to a football club at 17 and you're just expected to win. And when you don't, everybody gets dirty on it. So I think that's held me in really good stead. And I'm not ashamed of walking across that white line and doing absolutely everything I can to win.
Your upbringing, I know you come from Preston RSL. That was the club or the team that you...
Yep, that was the club, yep.
Before you went to the AFL?
Yep.
Where did you play your junior football before Preston RSL, or was it Preston RSL?
No, that was juniors from when I was 7 years old. So
to what? To 16?
To 16, and then I went to Northern Knights for a year and got drafted as a 17-year-old.
Right, I'm writing a piece about you on Saturday. You probably won't read it, and I don't care if you do. It's not about that. But I reckon part of your, and I want to say this to you because I'm going to write it.
Yep.
I reckon part of your ability to annoy and upset people on the field and opposition fans is the fact that the northern suburbs are a pretty hard school of knocks. You've had to fight a lot, probably through your size as a young fella, and fight and through, and you become this fighter. Now I know you played at Preston RSL all the way through. You know what I'm talking about, and the people in the inner north will know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
Did that play a huge part in the way you play football, like your skill level, the way you play football?
Yeah, I think it did. I think it does. And when I run out, I don't run out for myself. I do, but I also represent so many more people in terms of my family and my friends that would have loved to play football. And the days in Preston were unbelievable. I wouldn't want to grow up in any other suburb in the world because I just loved it. We didn't have the best house. We didn't have the best clothes. Mum and Dad did an absolutely fantastic job with.
But you weren't a wealthy family.
Exactly right. Yeah. Well, battlers type of thing, and Dad worked super hard, and he just showed me how you need to go about life, and I'm super proud of where I come from. I couldn't ask for a better family, a better upbringing, growing up in Preston, and some of my friends have passed away due to to drugs and things like that. So I don't represent myself. I represent a lot of other people coming from Preston.
Well done.
Out on the football field, in what you've experienced over 399 games, what's the single best feeling individually? What's the best part of actually playing the game?
I think the thing that I'll miss most, Jared, is the anxiety just before a game, and it probably starts the night before a game, and my preparation is first class. I'm very routine. So eating the pasta the night before, going to bed, watching the football on the Friday night or the Saturday night, waking up and just having those butterflies, knowing that there's 22 other guys trying to stop what you're about to do, and that anxiety and the butterflies in the stomach that build up is probably the biggest thing that I'll miss playing football.
And then footy as an expression, as you will be remembered for the running, bouncing and the kicking of thrilling goals and one memorable poster after 7 bounces. What's that feeling like in the moment that it's happening?
It's hard to explain. I think it's all a little bit more about instinct. And I just get in that moment, and my pace has been my asset over the years. And probably, and it's not even really the pace. I think it's just the ability to take people on. And if I get caught, Dennis Pagan said to me, if I get caught, he doesn't care. Dean Laidley said to me, if I get caught, he doesn't care. As long as I take the game on, and I think I've done that to probably the best of my ability over a long period of time.
Can I swear? But it's a quote.
It's
the sh word.
All right.
I rang Dean Laidley about you, and I gave him my opinion, and he said he's as cunning as a shithouse rat. Do you agree with him or not?
That sits well with me. A game, I think that comes in. And I know the Pritis thing probably pops to mind with the 50 the other week, and a lot of people weren't happy with it. That sits fine with me. Like I said, I'm a competitor. I cross that white line. I'll do anything for my 21 teammates to make sure we win the game.
Have you ever thought to yourself, God, I wish I didn't do that?
Yeah, there's a couple of things over a 20-year period. You think?
Give us the worst one.
Probably the way the Crowley thing got handled and stuff like that was probably a little bit my fault.
It was a bit messy.
Yeah, and that's probably not the way I go about my stuff. So I was a little bit disappointed with that.
What about the best one?
The best
day.
I think that's easy. The 99 premiership, and 12 months before that, I had the worst day of my life in terms of football, losing against Adelaide in 98, and to win the flag in 99. It was just a huge build-up in terms of what I wanted to achieve in football. And again, that wasn't just at North Melbourne; that was through my whole junior career. And I was lucky because I won 4 or 5 flags playing junior footy. But when you win it at the pinnacle, at the elite level, it was a build-up of a lot of emotion, and it was absolutely fantastic. And I said during the week, I was 21, a little bit naive about it all. I'd just love to share that feeling again with Michael Frito, Drew Petrie, Andrew Swallow, Lindsay Thomas, these type of guys. It would be fantastic.
People, sorry, no, you go.
I know the flow of the week, and I don't mean to. I think it's really important that you have a crack at Michael Tuck's record, because we won't live through this moment again. And you represent you represent multiple generations here. Does it mean anything to you?
I think it will. Not right now. I certainly don't want to play on next year to break Tucky's record. That's certainly not the reason. The one reason I want to play on is to win a premiership if we're not lucky enough to do it this year. Again, when you sit back, and I'm sitting with my kids or I'm sitting with their kids, they've got them sitting on my knee in the old rocking chair, and I can add 10% mayo into my footy stories and tell them how good I was. That's when you could look at the list and say I was at the top of that list in terms of games played, which doesn't, that would probably mean a lot later on rather than right now.
Have you been surprised, Boomer, because I have and a lot of people have, that there's sudden talk about you not playing next year? I don't think that would have entered your mind knowing you.
No, it hasn't, to tell you the truth, knowing me, but it's this time every year, and for the last probably 4 years that I sat down with Brad and go through a whole host of things and should I go on the next year? And that's honestly happened the last 4 years. It just so happens this year, we've been in the media obviously playing the 400 this week, that Brad's been hit up with that question. So it won't be this week because we had a fair bit on, but it'll be next week or the week after. I'll just go and have that chat again with Brad and find out where he thinks I'm at.
I'll say this, you're mentally strong, mate. You're mentally sharp. You know when you talk to players who are 32, 33 and you're going to go, well, I don't know, I'll see how my body.
Yeah,
you're not talking like that.
No, I don't.
At all.
And I've always said personally that if my football's still where I think it's at, and my body's able to go and my mind's ready to go, that I'll 100% put my hand up, and that's no different this year.
Over the years, have you come to understand your football experience as very particularly a North Melbourne experience? And do you think it would be different if you played at another club? Do you understand the essence of what it is to be a Kangaroo? Yeah,
I think I do. The shin boner, the word gets thrown around a fair bit, but we've gone back and revisited what a shin boner is, and it's still hard to explain. But I went to the club in '96, and our facilities were I can use the word, it was terrible.
It was
terrible. But I didn't know no different. And Dennis used to say to us, don't worry about the facilities, bring good people into our football club and we'll be right. And he was 100% right. It wasn't until 5 years ago when Eugene Oroka and James Brayshaw did all their work and we got this new facility that you sit back and you think, wow, how did I go on for so long with that old facility, knowing that Essendon, Collingwood and Carlton had all these great facilities? But for me, the North Melbourne Football Club, I've been there for longer than half my life, so it's been fantastic.
What are these?
What have you got?
What are these?
This might be a bit of life after football, mate. So this is a pre-workout shot that myself and our dietitian, Jonas Segal, has come up with. It's a supplement that I've been using, or it's a combination of 4 supplements that I've been using for about 8 years.
Scotch?
Not quite. So maybe this has got the answer to the longevity, Robbo.
I'll be drinking this.
I'll give you some of this, mate. You might be on here for another 15 years.
I've got to drink it all. Just
get rid of it. It's about 2 gulps, I reckon. Yeah, 2 gulps.
It's like one of those little drinks you get on the plane. Little scotch, little vodka.
But it's a pre-workout. About 15 or 16 of the boys are on it at the minute at the footy club, and we're just about to go exclusive to Chemist Warehouse, which is fantastic.
A bit fruit tingly.
Yeah, a little bit tingly. Wait 5 minutes, mate. Let me know what you think.
It might be banned. They might be banned by then.
Nah, nothing like that, mate.
I feel like I'm going to pay for this in about a quarter of an hour's time. Boomer, the very best of luck. It's a great milestone. Mate. Congratulations.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
We don't have a live crowd.
Well done. Brent Harvey.
Oh, we do.
We do have a live crowd.
That's our first applause.
Brent Harvey heading for game 400. We'll bring in the...